Earlier this year, I went on a bulk, and it was probably the lowest point for me mentally. Physically, I never hated what I saw more in my life in the mirror. You can't avoid that mental anguish, that agony, that feeling of complete dissatisfaction with your bulk, because you're just mentally comparing yourself not just to your last best, your own leanest physique. You're scrolling reels and TikToks and seeing shredded people on gear. There's a steroid epidemic as well. So I feel like today is the hardest it's ever been in history. Literally in history, in human history, it's the hardest it's ever been to be satisfied and happy with how you look. Were cavemen scrolling reels and seeing shredded physiques? No. Steroids weren't even around. Just 20 years ago even. The average movie star physique wouldn't get a single view, comment, or positive act of recognition on the internet today. 2002 Spider-Man, 2000 whatever. Early 2000s Spider-Man. That used to be the male standard for a good physique. And now the male standard for a physique is like Jeff Side. How healthy do you think that is for our minds, to have that type of standard? Women don't even prefer that. You'll never find a woman, or most women, saying that, oh, I want to see my man look like Jeff Side. It just isn't, it's not logical. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it. So as someone who's been working out for 10 years, dedicating myself to this, I can tell you it's the same thing for me, man. So I understand the temptation to do steroids. I understand the temptation to just do everything that you possibly can to take shortcuts. But I can tell you, for sure, you will regret it. All right? You will regret it. And it's so much sweeter. Victory is so much sweeter when you've gone through the lows and you know what it feels like to struggle, to make gains, to plateau, and then overcome those to eventually get to your dream physique. The victory is so much sweeter. All right? And you can easily maintain those gains as well. And I know what it feels like to be dissatisfied. I started off skinny fat. I couldn't even bench the bar. I remember struggling with just benching the bar for more than 2 reps. I had wrist pain. I had carpal tunnel, basically, because I used to be a chronic gamer, addicted to League of Legends, MapleStory, RuneScape. Spent my whole life gaming, and so my wrist, I could barely feel my hands. I had no grip strength, and I was developing carpal tunnel as a 19-year-old boy. So the first time I worked out, I remember my whole arm was numb, and I couldn't understand what was happening. I couldn't grip anything properly. There was no circulation to my hands. And I started off because, I was depressed. I had no confidence. Absolutely no confidence. I couldn't look people in the eye. I couldn't maintain a conversation with anybody. A lot of bodybuilders, that's why they start in the first place. But nowadays, it's even harder than ever because, as a young man, if you don't have the confidence and you see that you could just take shortcuts, take PEDs, the temptation is insane. But I'm here to tell you that is artificial. It's artificial. You can hop on steroids and get artificial confidence if you want. The moment it's gone, though, you'll lose all your gains and you'll be even further down the hole than you used to be. It's just the reality. And I would compare doing roids as a beginner to hacking as a beginner in a video game. Like, let's say you're the lowest rank in Valorant, in Fortnite, whatever you play, the lowest level, and you decide to start hacking. You're going to cap at a certain level. The pros are still going to be better than you. The average person that dedicates themselves to mastering the fundamentals is still going to be better than you. And the moment you stop hacking, all of a sudden, you might even be worse than you started off. You didn't develop any skills. You didn't do the hard part. And so, long story short, do the hard part. It pays off in the end, and you can sustain it in the long term. You won't regret that. Today's workout was very satisfying because it was that moment where I realized the bulk paid off, and all of that struggle and all of that feeling depressed and hating what I saw was worth it. It was worth it. And now I appreciate and I'm grateful for how I'm looking now and how the cut's going, and it's just so much more satisfying. So I'm just gonna throw together an edit and let you guys see how I'm looking. I'm still in the middle of my cut. It's not over yet. We still got a long ways to go, but I'm finally feeling a little bit happier with how I look. It finally looks like I work out again, And it's crazy to say that because the majority of people that don't even go to the gym will look at the majority of the people watching these videos and me and you and think, wow, that guy looks great. It's crazy what it does to us, right? And you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of that, or else that's where it gets unhealthy. All right. So I'll see you guys in the video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me. We're gonna hit an upper day. I hit some arms, hit some chest, hit some back, and it was a great workout. I was feeling amazing. I've also got a new sponsor, EHP Labs, for supplements. They're known for OxyShred, which is a thermogenic type of fat burner slash stimulant. So basically, the main ingredient is caffeine, and there's a bunch of stuff that makes you sweat. So it's a pretty awesome cutting supplement. Pretty popular. They have a bunch of flavors. I'm gonna show you guys pretty soon. They have creatine, of course, all the basics, protein powder, a bunch of flavors for that as well. It's going to be code Jimmy for 10% off. So if you do need new supplements, I would appreciate if you support me and grab some EHP Labs. Thank you. All right. Other than that, no other crazy announcements or anything. I'll see you in the video, see you in the workout, and we're going to do some posing at the end and do a little edit to show you how I look with some music. So yeah, I'll see you in the video. Peace.
Stardust, your lips are so tight.